Hi, you guys. It's Thursday evening, May the 21st, 2015. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 52. Summer is just around the corner. Maybe. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpurl-doris.blogspot.com. The Purl is spelled P-E-A-R-L. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy, and I am Doris M. Smith, all smooshed together on Instagram. Go and follow me, join me on those things. Also, if you want to contact me, you can contact me on Ravelry, on Facebook. You can also email me at knitandpurlpodcast@gmail.com. If you are new to this podcast, thank you so much for coming and spending some time with me. If you are returning, wow, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. If you are seeing me on iTunes, please leave a star rating and a review. And if you're interested in the other 50 episodes, you can find them on YouTube, Knit and Purl Podcast. Go on over there and watch. This is the second time I'm recording, so okay. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group, and this week we have 2 new members. Yay! We have Squeaky J7, who is Joyce from Wisconsin. And we have new to this 95823, who is Azizi. I'm sorry, I just butchered your name. A-Z-I-Z-I, who is from Sacramento. Girls, ladies, thank you so much for joining the group. Make yourself at home. Start a thread if you want to. Ask questions. Welcome. Birthday shout outs this week. We have a birthday coming on Wednesday the 27th, who is Britter the Knitter. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, that you get what you want, that you get to spend time with your friends and family, that you eat cake, and you have a wonderful day. YouTube this week, we have 261 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Yay. We have a May knit along, which is the little things. The rules for this knit along is that you must be a member of the group, the Ravelry group, Knit and Purl Podcast group, to be qualified for prizes. As you can have as many entries as objects completed. Small things. No more than 1 skein of yarn, except if you're knitting socks on 250-gram balls. Small things can be toys, washcloths, socks, gloves, hats, cowls, etc. Chatter is welcome and encouraged on the thread. The project needs to be started on May 1st or after and completed and posted by May 31st. The prize is this lovely skein of yarn, which is from Lorna's Laces. Lorna's Laces. Can you see it? Not really. Okay. The colorway is called Zombie Barbecue. 610 Zombie Barbecue. And you look closely, it goes in from a light green to a medium to a dark green to a red. Looks like grays. Zombie Barbecue. Very pretty. So it is from her Soulmate base, which is 55% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and 30% Outlast viscose. It is 425 yards, 100 grams. Can you see that? Well, I just read it all to you, so we're good. Happy knitting. Okay, good luck. So, in June and July and August, we are having a 3-month knit along. We're thinking it's not like settled or hammered down yet, but a blanket along, as in piecing a blanket, because I don't think anyone wants to have a blanket laying in their laps in the middle of summer. So, and my thinking is that there will be a June thread, and that you'll be showing the project what you're planning on doing. There will be a prize draw for June. In July, you're going to be showing us your progress on your project. There will be prizes for July. And in August will be finished objects and prizes. So if you have any comments or questions or concerns, you can go to Ravelry to the June, July, August cowl thread and put your 2 cents in. Like I said, nothing's hammered down yet. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see. And I will post a thread for June by June 1st. So the story of the week is that we had a full week of outdoor stuff. The weather was really nice over the weekend, and we're getting a sense of summer. So we uncovered the pool and got the chemicals in. We still got some work to do. And we worked on our garden boxes, or earth boxes. We got, changed out the dirt, got it ready, planted a few. Also still a work in progress. But it was really, really good to be outside. Like I said, feeling the sense of summer coming on. And then Wednesday, we woke up to 40s. And as you notice today, I've got a sweatshirt on because it was really cold this morning as well. So as all my outdoor things are works in progress, I am also a work in progress. My healthy eating and living is not going well right now. I've taken those big 3 steps back and I can't push forward again. But I'm not giving up. I start new every day and I strive to just keep plugging and figuring it out as I go. So the health pearl this week is not some helpful hints or, eating habits or anything, because I'm just not there. I need encouragement. So I hope other people are in the same place and also need encouragement. I chose where is it? It is from Tiny Buddha, and it is a quote archive called Failure Archive. But in a good way. I mean, there's some really encouraging quotes. There are links in the show notes, so go over there, click on the link if you want to look at them and read them. I'm just going to read through them. The strongest people aren't always the people who win, but the people who don't give up when they lose. Number 2. At any given moment, you have the power to say, this is not how the story is going to end. Next, the greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The next, forget past mistakes and forget failures, Forget everything except what you are going to do now and do it. No man is a failure who is enjoying life. Thank you. Life's blows cannot break a person whose spirit is warmed by the fire of enthusiasm. Next, trust your own instincts. Your mistakes might as well be your own instead of someone else's. If you learn from a loss, you have not lost. The greatest mistake you can make in life is to be continually fearing you will make one. Never ruin an apology with an excuse. Don't be afraid to go out on a limb. That's where the fruit is. Stay away from what might have been and look at what will be. There are no failures, just experiences and your reactions to them. Never regret. If it's good, it's wonderful. If it's bad, it's experience. Success builds character. Failure reveals it. If you lose today, win tomorrow. In this never-ending spirit of challenge is the heart of a victor. Don't let today's disappointments cast a shadow on tomorrow's dreams. 2 more. Do not give your attention to what others do or fail to do. Give it to what you do or fail to do. Finally, a stumble may prevent a fall. There you go. I needed that. So let's move on to the yarny part of this podcast. For stash enhancement, I was able to latch on to a free pattern until June from Tina Marie Willis Anderson, who is the sampler girl. She has a new shawl pattern out called My Heart, My Love. And it has some other words, but I'm not even going to try because I fail at that. But it looks awesome, and it is free until June 1st, and I recommend that you go look at it and maybe put it in your library. I have links in the, itchy nose. I have links in the show notes to that pattern, and you can look at it and decide, but it looks really nice to me. So in finished objects, there is none. But I have whips, and I have progress on my whips. So, first one, in my Joanne Springs Knit Spin Farm bag. And by the way, she has a sale going on right now in anything with pink. I don't know, I think it was 20 to 30% off. There are links to her shop in the show notes. You can go look at it and maybe pick you up something at a discounted price. So, this is the Simple Raglan Cardigan. It is a free pattern on Lion Brand Yarns and also on Ravelry. Here it is. It is simple. The yarn is Karen Simply Soft. The color is called Heather Gray. Here's where, let me see if I can get this where you can see. Here's where I was last week. Sorry about this camera. So I've gotten about 1.5 inches of stockinette done. So, progress. I have another probably 2 inches of stockinette. Then I do 2 inches of 2x2 rib. And then I could start on the sleeves. So, there we go. Progress. As the knit girls say, if you do one stitch, it counts as a work in progress. So, one thing about doing a podcast is sure does encourage you to work on everything to make sure you can show it. Okay. The next work in progress is out over here because, like I said, this is the second attempt at this. I accidentally deleted my first recording, but there must have been a reason. So, these are my vanilla socks. I'm knitting them 2 at a time consecutively, not together on the same hook. This is the yarn is Patton's Croix Jacquard. The colorway is Fern Rose. I love the colorway. I am doing 2x2 ribbing, 2x2 for about an inch, switched to 3x1, did the fish lips kiss heel, continued the 3x1 rib across the top of the foot, stockinette on the bottom. This is where I was on this sock last week, so I got about a little over an inch on this one. This is where I was last week on this sock, and I also got about an inch on that one. So we are looking at probably another 2 inches of foot before I do the toe decreases. So that is that. In my Joanne Springs Knit Spin Farm bag. Links in the show notes. I said that I was trying another hill, but let me just correct that right now. Okay. And finally, what has got most of the work is down here. My Scrappy Blanket has seen a lot of love this week because it's so simple and easy to pick up. Look how much. That's right. I'm working on the 10th little ball of scrap yarn out of my stash. It's not pretty. It's not. But oh well, I like it. And I'm going to have a blanket to throw over my legs this summer in this room. I am using, I've started the decreases now. I did up to 200 stitches and now I'm working on the decreases. This pattern I am using is a recipe for Grandma's favorite washcloth. What I like about this pattern is that when you're finished, you're finished. It already has the edging. I've done a couple blankets with this pattern or this recipe. I really like it, and I really love this yummy garderness. It's so easy to pick it up when I'm watching a podcast or whatever, just to knit on it for a while, and then getting to the end of the ball and magic knotting another ball, knowing this one's out of the stash. It's out of the stash. It's out of the stash. There you go. Okay. 3 works in progress. Hopefully next week I'll have some finished and some new stuff started. Spinning. I finished the Clonforce roving and it is resting and going to be chain plied. Practice chain ply on that. And it's only like a 2 ounce, I think it's a little over 2 ounces, and it filled up a whole bobbin. So, also I started spinning this loop bat that I got from our friend of the podcast. It's a partial bat. It's so pretty. It's gradient. What's on the wheel now is a lighter, this color lighter, and then it goes into dark, 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 and then it ends dark. It's very lovely. It's spinning very nice, so happy about that. And this is also, it's got sparkle in it, so I think it's got some Stellina or Angelina in it. So it's a loop bat. So pretty and so fun to spin. So I'm working on that. I just barely started on that. Oops. Okay. So that is all of the fiber stuff, and now we're going to go into the Pinterest finds and the stumble. So Pinterest, I have a few things to show you this week. So we have thinking about eating cleaner. That I found a recipe that I wanted to share with you, and wanted to, I don't know, something to try. I figured I would use this for a break from from my normal lunches. Some people are going to go, ew, gross. Spinach burgers. And what? Cancel? I don't know what just happened. So the recipe's at the bottom. It calls for a bag of thawed and well-drained chopped spinach, 2 egg whites, 1 whole egg, 1/4 cup of diced onion. I would probably increase that a little bit. A 1/2 cup of shredded cheese, 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I would omit the salt, put in some Mrs. Dash, and some garlic powder. So that's that. You mix all the ingredients, you make a patty, and then you fry it in a non-stick skillet with a little bit of cooking spray until they're golden and firm. That's when you know they're done. So I'm going to try that for a different lunch. So also was thinking a lot about stash busting. Anyway, the links in the show notes for this spinach burger. I didn't have a link for this because I tried to open it up and it wants you to sign into Ravelry. So I'm just going to show you the picture and tell you about it. And it is in my library. It is called a Puff Daddy, and it's like a pillow chair cushion stool looking thing, and you use 3 strands. That's what I wanted to say earlier. See, there was a reason I refilmed. You use 3 strands of worsted weight yarn on size 15, US 15 knitting needles, and you do a garter. It's just straight knit to get. It gives a diagram in the Ravelry page, and you just knit it, and then it gives you how to put it together. I want to do this because, like I said, I have a lot of pieces of acrylic that need to be out of my stash. And not that I'm getting rid of all the acrylic, but I have so many like half skeins of stuff that I used for something that didn't use at all, and they're just sitting there. So, and if you're doing Stash Dash, this would be a great project, and it would be good Christmas gifts for the grands. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Finally, it looks like it's going to be a little short one this week. Stumble is another. It is, and it links in the show notes to this one. 9 important truths you should always keep in mind. Now, there's a link in the show note. I recommend going and reading it because it's really good. I'm not going to read all of it. I'm just going to read the 9 truths and try to give you a summary. Number 1, let me show you what the page looks like. This is the page. 9 truths you should always keep in mind. So, number 1, always say yes to seeing friends. She said that, maybe they need to spend some time with you. They need somebody to talk to. So, also she said she missed an opportunity to spend some time with a friend who was later being deployed and she didn't know. So she missed the opportunity of spending that time with him. Okay, Number 2, eat breakfast every day. Doctor says, and it's been said, the most important meal of the day. Number 3, recognize that positive changes rarely happen overnight. It takes time. Accept your screw-ups, I'm saying, but try not to let them happen again. Own them. Okay, I messed up, but think about it and try not to let it happen again. Number 5 of 9. There is a song to remedy every situation on the planet. So I'm going to do a little sidebar here and tell you that I am not a morning person. Ted had to learn that. I don't even want anybody to talk to me in the morning sometimes. I'm just not a morning person, and I'm not very friendly. So what I've started to do, I've said all that to say that I've started to listen to like the Bob Seger channel radio on iTunes radio in the morning as I'm fixing my hair and moving, and it puts me in a better mood. I've got to keep doing that because it does make a difference in the rest of the day. It gets my day started in a good way. So there is a song to remedy every situation on the planet. Number 6, appreciate the people that are in your lives. Those people, they may not be around forever. Appreciate them. Think about who you have in your life and what they've done for you. Those people that you're able to call at 2 o'clock in the morning and because you need someone to talk to, or, you know, somebody always takes up the slack, always willing to help. Appreciate those people in your life. Number 7, look for the good in everything. This lady says she was going to a music festival, and she was thinking about in the middle of summer it's going to be so hot. They ended up getting torrential downpours, rain solidly, so they were cold and it was bad. And she said, but she got to see 2 bands on the same day together. So she found the good in it. Always find the good. Number 8, try new things and try them often. She gives a comment, a quote from One Tree Hill that she really likes, and I'm going to share it with you as well. The quote is, "So don't be afraid to make mistakes, to stumble, to fall, because most of the time, the greatest rewards come from doing the things that scare you the most." And finally, number 9, treat others the way you want to be treated. The golden rule. Okay, that is it for this show. If you are watching on YouTube and you haven't done it yet, go over here and hit that red button and subscribe. Go over here and hit that thumbs up. Let me know you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. If you're watching on iTunes, I would so much appreciate if you would leave a review and leave a star rating. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Bye, you guys.